Oh man, we live. All right, cool. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Talk with the Titans, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam L, and this is Talk with the Titans. Oh man, jeez, I can see you guys in the building already. Notification gang, got it popping off. Gang, gang, gang. Let me know what you guys are saying. I would like to see a few likes up in the building. Let them know that we're here, baby. Let them know that we're here. We're live right about now. So, tonight we've got a nice night. Ooh, Honey Farah. I see Honey Farah popping in through the building. I've on so as well. Buddha Bing, Charlotte Campbell, Aviasco, Original 9, Jonathan Bailey. Shouts out to you guys. Kiss Spence. Oh man, Stefano Bong. Everybody's here. So that's beautiful, man. I love to see that. Jador Spirit. Yeah, Scholar Gang Gang Gang. Malik Karuma Ula. I said that, so I messed up so bad, but never mind. Yeah, what's good, man? What's good, family? So today we're actually going to do a show. It's entitled Nature Was the First Teacher, Then Came God. So we're going to jump into a lot of Kemetic philosophy today. So hold on tight, hold on real tight, hold on real tight. Finally, not even finally, but I love having the opportunity to go through some great information with you. You know, in ways there's stuff that I really like. I love having the opportunity to go through these types of information with you. We're also going to have my brother Gabs, the medicine man. Yeah, I think he's just popped in right about now. So, medicine man, I like that smile. Let me hear you say, yeah.
What's happening? What's happening? Peace to everyone. What's popping?
Jeez, all right. We here, baby. We here. Trust me. My brother said, let's do the show tonight. And I'm like, you already read my mind. You already read my mind, my brother. So you said, man, talk to them. Let them know what's really good for today.
Bro, oh boy, I said, boy, to the people, where do we begin? You know, for those of you who's obviously been on COE's channel and seen the what can I call it? What can I even call it? The chaos that took place at Speaker's Corner on Sunday. Oh my god, it was very energetic and confusing and just baffling at the same time. But there was some real issues that I definitely I told the brother Kalam we have to speak on today, man, because Adnan Rashid, oh man, you know, normally I don't like bringing people out like this, but boy, like I had to, because I heard there was some crazy things that I heard coming out of Adnan Rashid's mouth that I thought, you know what, we had to do a show to address the people. And I know Adnan Rashid is probably going to look at this video. He's got his followers and that looking at the videos, and they're probably going to inform him. But that's cool. But we got to teach the people, because boy, I heard some crazy things on Sunday, and I'm hoping the masses are not thinking on that same level, because if they are, boy, our generations to come, they're doomed. So yeah, we're gonna talk on some of the stuff that the brother mentioned, man, that had my eyes doing backflips. You know, it's crazy.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna get in some real powerful information today. Shout out to Kiss Spence Production, Black Mirror, baby. Oh man, look at the apparel. Look at the apparel though. Look how he's just reflecting. You feeling it? 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 Yeah, baby. You feeling it? You feeling it? Yeah, baby. Anyways, let me just stop. So I need to post up some links in here where you can actually get the crazy good apparel that we've got going on. You know, the crazy good apparel that we got going on right about now. Shout out to Christianity is Global. Bless Gabs and Kalam in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen for that one. So yeah, so family, we're gonna drop some jewels today. So we're gonna jump into nature. Okay, we're going to jump into nature, and we're going to jump into a bit of scripture as well. Okay, jumped into some nature and some scriptures. Why are we going to be into nature and scriptures? Really and truly, we're addressing certain things that was raised, that was intellectual. Finally, we had something that we can pull out from that whole conversation that we had that was intellectual, that we can actually bring to our family right now and educate you guys, you know, or bring in something new that you may not be aware of before. That's it. That's our be here, is to educate and push forward information. That's all we're here for. You know, everybody else might be here for a madness, But we're not here for that. We're here to educate our family and do it in an entertaining manner as well. So let's try to get it in today. So I actually wanted to discuss a few things. So in my discussion, I mentioned the four goods that Ra created or done, basically, or taught, and so forth. So I would love for us to actually delve into some of Kemetic scripture and actually give you the opportunity to have it in your own possession, to actually have it in your own possession. So I'm going to actually look up if I can actually add a PDF link to something that we've got. Let me just show you real quickly, though. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Oh. All right. This is kind of like some of our stuff. Okay. This right here, it'll set you back a little bit. This might set you anywhere between 60 to 100 pounds. Okay. You never know. Okay. About 800 pages in here. 800 pages in here. This is called the coffin text. Yeah. Let me just get that right for you. The ancient Egyptian coffin text, translated by Raymond O. Faulkner. Okay. So I want to jump into something like this today. I wanted to go into spell 1000 or formula 1130, I believe. Okay, so we're going to go into this today and extract some information that we was talking about earlier on. And then hopefully as well, Gabs, you could just break down some nice common sense info for the family. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I know that's what you want to do.
Bro.
So let's get it.
But I'm not gonna lie, before you go in there, I just want to let people know, because obviously I just read the comments, yeah. And one person just said, why does Kalam and Gabs keep talking to Muslims at Speaker's Corner? And the question is, most of the time, we don't even go in there to actually even speak with them. You know what I mean? We don't hold on. Yeah, we don't go there to go and speak to them, you know. Most time the brothers come up to us and ask questions, and obviously those people that tune into Speaker's Corner, you know that 80%, probably even 90% of the people that come to Speaker's Corner, they're Muslims. So even if you don't even know them, they're Muslims. So any conversation that you're gonna have, you're gonna be talking to a Muslim. 9 times out, I say about at least 8 times out of 10. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and we come down there because obviously we come down there to share our knowledge and info. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like we're purposely going down there saying, do you know what? Yeah, let's go and speak to Muslims. No. We go down there, and anyone that comes across that wants to ask questions or speak, we have dialogue. But then obviously what happens is, you know, some of the quote unquote scholars that come about, you know, they get into dialogue with some of the brothers. So like Kalam, you know, especially Sunday just gone, like Adnan Rashid, and then, you know, it just turns into a whole circus. So what we do, you know, what is in our spirit is to, you know, adjust Isfet, you know. We're here to adjust Isfet, and that's part of our, you know, that's part of the creed, to adjust Isfet where it is. So when people are bringing out falsehood and lies, we got to correct it. You know, we're not gonna let people come out and spread lies and falsehood, and we just go, all right, you know, the guy said that, and we just leave it. No. This is Adjustment Bureau. Yeah, we're coming to adjust and correct things. So this is why we do these shows, to come and correct and adjust. Because, you know, if you want to be led astray, then go ahead, be led astray. But obviously we got other brothers and sisters in the community that need that knowledge, that need that medicine. Do you know what I mean? So we're here to, you know, prescribe the medicine, and hopefully, you know, some of this medicine will trickle down to Adnan Rashid, because, you know, the brother is definitely not dealing with medicine in nature. So we gotta help him, you know.
That's right, baby. We gotta drop that medicine. It's time to heal the world. Heal the world. Because there's a mad sickness going on, and I hope y'all ain't catching it. It's time to give y'all the cure. All right. So right about now, I'm actually going to drop you some stuff. Last time we done some Hermetica. Okay. And as usual, we drop everything right down here. All you need to do is go, oopsies, right here. We've got Kemetic text. Okay. Click on this link over here, and it should take you to, oopsies, right here. It should literally take you right here, and you'll be able to have your own copy of a portion. I think it's 3 pages. Really and truly, it's about 2 pages of actual Kemetic text. Maybe just over a page, okay? Just over a page. Okay, and it's coffin text 1130 that we shall be delving into. Okay. A lot of times we don't actually have give you or afford you guys the opportunity to actually read our text and to get involved with it, get involved. Like a lot of times we're actually going through Islamic texts, i.e. Quran, hadiths, Syriac literature, histories and so forth, or we'll be going through Christianity texts such as the Bible, the Gospels, the prophets, the Torah, etc., etc., etc. Usually that's what we're doing. Okay. But it's so nice and it's so refreshing, yeah, for you guys to actually take a step into our world for a hot second, take a step into our world, see what we're up to, see what we're reading, see what's actually influencing our mind itself, okay? What's influencing our mind itself. So I would love to just read out something for you guys. Okay. And then afterwards, yeah, post up some of your questions. Okay. Post up some of your questions. And then we're going to get into some other stuff as well. And I see you, my brother Buddha Bing. I'm going to get you in, especially when we jump into fully nature, 100% nature. Yeah. We're going to get you on and involved. Okay. But right about now, we're just sharing some of our works with you. Okay. This is what we call in the Kemetic creed. Okay, in the Kemetic creed, we got like the fifth, I believe it's the fifth thing. Okay, the fifth ked, the fifth disposition itself, which is pedagogy. Pedagogy, the things that actually lead us, the things that actually rear up the children. That's what literally pedagogy means, basically, to lead up the children, or to lead the children, or to lead a child. And it's the text or the information that we use to actually guide us itself. So we're going to drop some of those jewels to you guys. Now, in our pedagogy, we have a few things that guides us. Number one thing we always talk about is medu necha. Medu necha. And medu necha literally means what? Let me see. Gavs, what does medu necha mean? Yo, you there?
Hello.
Yo, what does the term medu necha mean?
Medu necha.
Yeah,
is that
buddy.
words of God? Words of God,
yeah, basically that.
Nature.
There you go. Okay, it's the sign symbols in nature, or the words of God, or the voice of the divine expression itself. And that divine expression literally is what we see around us in nature. That's it. Our number one teacher, we say this time and time again. Okay, our number one teacher is literally nature itself. Our ability to look around, observe nature, and gather information from what nature actually is, showcasing to us. That's number one, medu necha. Then we have a second thing, which is the codified form of medu necha. Okay, so the divine expressions of nature itself in a codified form. What I mean by codified form means in writing. Okay, in writing. So we'll have somebody such as a wa'ab or a hem, which literally translates into a priest or a prophet. And in terms of in Western worlds, it will literally translate into somebody who is a doctor. Okay, a PhD, or somebody who is a scholar, basically. Okay, or somebody who's able to interpret nature. Okay, will literally be the ones who are penning these things down for us, penning these things down. And then beyond that, we have something as well called our akhu, which literally means our ancestors. Not just any ancestors, but our ancestors who are considered to be effective, or ma'akheru, true of voice, really good in terms of their reasoning ability and their moral standing. Okay, if they're really good with their reasoning ability and they have great moral standings and they write up excellent work, or they teach us in some way, form, or another, we take on that teaching and we adopt it in our life as a guidance. Doesn't mean that we always have to follow it. It's just simply there as a guidance for us, because we are our own men. We are completely independent, okay, where we don't literally have to be taking another man's word and having to follow along suit. We have the ability to make or draw our own conclusions. Okay, over in Kemetic philosophy, we have an excellent principle, okay, where it teaches us that we literally need to become a walking, talking question mark. A walking, talking question mark. That means we question everything. Everything. You could be God itself talking to us, yeah, but we need to question it to see if it makes sense. Because if it don't reason out, we ain't accepting that. We ain't about no beliefs, okay? Just putting that out there. So, in that being said, let's actually jump into some of our codified medu necha, okay? Our codified expressions of nature itself. So let's jump into it. So for you guys who actually have the ability, literally go over to the link that I dropped down below. Okay, I'm trying to read your comments at the same time, but it's not gonna work. Okay, shouts out to Rastafari, Dante as well, and Marquise as well, Aviasco, Megatron in the building. All right, that's ex-Muslim and proud. If you don't know, so yeah, I'm not gonna have the time to actually look at all your messages. But literally just tag Titans TV and then we'll get it in a little bit later on. And of course, please hit the like button, hit the like button, share it like crazy. You're finally getting involved here with what our text has to say. New Black Order. I see you, my brother. Peace and love, King. All right, so let's get it. Let's actually get it in and let's jump into some of our text itself. So Gabs, I don't know if you want to do some reading or should I just do the reading? You let me know, my brother.
Nah, you bang some reading, bro. You bang some reading. I'm just looking at some stuff anyway.
All right. I should really have these things on thing here. All right. So I'm going to do some reading first. I'm actually going to read it all to you guys. Okay. So you can get a feel of what Kemetic text is actually like. And then afterwards, we do a quick breakdown of some key parts that we actually spoke about. Okay. So here we go. Words spoken by him whose names are hidden, the All Lord, or the Lord of all, as he speaks before those who silence the storm in the sailing of the court. Hail in peace, I repeat to you the good deeds which my own did for me in the serpent coil. In order to silence strife, I did 4 good deeds within the portal of the Lightland. Okay. I made the 4 winds, that every man might breathe in his time. This is one of the deeds. I made the great inundation, that the humble might benefit by it like the great. This is one of the deeds. I made every man like his fellow, and I did not command that they do wrong. It is their hearts that disobey what I have said. This is one of the deeds. I made that their hearts are not disposed to forget the West, in order that sacred offerings be made to the gods of the gnomes. This is one of the deeds. I have created the gods from my sweat and the people from the tears of my eye. I shall shine and be every day as a dignitary of the Lord, of the All Lord. I don't like that. It's the Lord of all. But anyways, having given satisfaction to the weary-hearted, I shall sail rightly in my bark. I am Lord of eternity in the crossing of the sky. I am not afraid of my limbs, for who and Hika overthrow for me that evil being? I shall see the light land. I shall dwell in it. I shall judge the poor and the wealthy. I shall do the same for the evildoers, for mine is life. I am its Lord, and the scepter will not be taken from me. I have spent 1,000,000 years with the weary-hearted, the son of Geb, dwelling with him in one place, while hills become towns and towns hills, for dwellings destroy dwellings. I am Lord of the flame, who lives on truth, Lord of eternity, maker of joy, against whom that worm shall not rebel. I am he who is in his shrine, master of action, who destroys the storm, who drives off the serpent of many names when he goes from his shrine. Lord of the winds, who announces the north wind, rich in names in the mouth of the Ennead. Lord of Lightland, maker of light, who lights the sky with his beauty. I am he in his name. Make me that I may see Nun and Amun, for I am equipped. I am that equipped spirit, who passes by the gods. They do not speak for fear of him whose name is hidden, who is in my body. I know him. I do not ignore him. I am equipped and effective in opening his portals. Oh, man. Quickly. As for any person who knows this spell, he will be like Re in the eastern sky, like Osiris in the netherworld. He will go down to the circle of fire without the flame touching him ever. Yeah. So yeah. That's some of our text right there. I know, and I hope this sounds like real baffling to a lot of people, you know. I hope so. Yo, guys, what are you saying?
Woo!
Fire.
Oh,
Fire.
do you know what? Yeah, I don't even know. when you read stuff like that, I don't know people. I don't know if people realize. I don't know if people go into that. You know, that little meditative state when you're listening when someone's reading. Do you not understand? Like, and I just don't understand why people want to come and debate us when they actually read and see the text that we have, you know, and read and see what the texts are saying. What I don't understand how you can come up with these wild claims. Like, we're gonna get into it later, bro. We're gonna get into it later because we have to bring some clarity, man. But boy, that text that you just read there, that's powerful, man. That's powers right there.
Jeez. And for those of you guys that don't know, okay, the coffin text is one of our earliest texts as well. Literally, we have like pyramid text, and then we have the coffin text. Okay, these are like our earliest texts that roughly date back to about 2,000 years before Jesus Christ. Roughly about that at that period of time, about 2,000 years before Jesus Christ. Let me just quickly make sure. Yeah, well, I already know. Let me not even try to make sure. I already know that. So yeah, we got these powerful texts, and we're actually going to go into it now. We're actually going to break down some of the information. Okay, we're going to break down the information. A lot of these texts here, for me personally, yeah, I say it again and again and again. I put down some of these texts for some time because, to be honest with you, my mind was not able to comprehend. Okay, my mind definitely wasn't able to comprehend. So I know a lot of you guys might be, jumping to this new, and you're like, but what? Hold on, I thought it was just God speaking, huh? But who's speaking now? Or I don't know, whatever you lot are thinking. I don't even know what you guys will be thinking, to be honest with you. But hopefully, we can jump into this and simplify it and make it easier and make it understandable and relatable to a lot of the people. We always usually give you the latter versions of the Kemetic philosophy. Why do we do that? Because it's orientated to a more left brain thinking individuals. As growing up in the Western society, we're more left brain. We don't really think on a multi-level facet. We don't really have the equilibrium on both sides of our hemisphere. I know that's going to sound real crazy to you guys, but we don't do it no more. We literally don't do it. We're reading. Okay, we're in Kemet, we have symbols. Our hieroglyphs or our writing systems is hieroglyphs, which literally is pictorials. So even though we're reading as in left brain thinking, like i.e. logically reading, we're also utilizing our right side of our brains by these imageries that's being flashed up that has multi-levels of dimensions of understanding what the text actually has to say. So Kalam, bro, can you read my comment? I will do. Let's see what's your comment. It is fair to say that God has created nature, and he is in his infinite wisdom has taught man through nature too. I don't mind. I don't mind. If that's what you want to say, I don't mind. So yeah, let's actually jump into something right now. You saying, Gabs, should we go into this?
Yeah, let's go into this. Let's go.
All right. I'm only going to zoom in on a key elements. Okay, the key elements that was actually made mention, with Adnan, i.e., the four goods of Ra. Otherwise, everything else is a bit very long to actually go through and dissect itself. So I'd rather just go through this real quickly with the family, and then afterwards, if you got any more questions, we can jump into it. All right. So here we go. We got here words spoken by him whose names are hidden. The Lord of all, as he speaks before those who silence the storm in the sailing of the quad. I could do that, but there is no need. I'd rather not. It says here, hail in peace. I repeat to you the good deeds which my own heart did for me from within the serpent coil in order to silence strife. I did 4 good deeds. Okay, so I'm going to start off with I did 4 good deeds. That's really where we need to start from. Okay, and sometimes I hate translations. Let me actually, for those of you guys who actually, might be tuning in and you lot are up to date with your hieroglyphs and you are able to understand it, I'm actually going to read it from the hieroglyphs itself so you guys can hear what it says and then you'll understand it a bit better as well if this is the first time you've heard this text. Okay, so it says here, au iri ni sepu Neferu henu. Sebchet achet. Okay. So right there it's saying, I have done 4 good deeds in the gates or the portals of the eastern horizon. Okay. Within the horizon itself. So it's talking about depending on how they translate it, it can give you a different understanding. So right now it's talking about the 4 good deeds that happens, constantly throughout this world. Okay, the eastern horizon or throughout the horizon is talking about this world rather than pre-creation. Because I know some of you guys will know what we're talking about, where in pre-creation there is the deity itself or Ra itself, and he's self-developing. But this period is not the septepi, i.e. the first time. Is once the first time has occurred, these are the goods or the great acts or the great timing that takes place or the great things that actually unfolds during this period. So we're going to go through those 4 things, which we made mention to Adan Rashid. We made mention to one of those things. So let's quickly go through this. It says here, I made the 4 winds that every man might breathe in his time. Another one, I made the great inundation that the humble might benefit by it, like the great. This is one of the deeds. I made every man like his fellow, and I did not command that they do wrong. It is their hearts that disobey what I have said. This is one of the deeds. I made that their hearts not be disposed to forget the West. Okay, in order that sacred offerings be made to the gods of the gnomes. This is one of the good deeds. So there is the 4 good deeds here, or the 4 great acts that Ra actually done. Okay, and let me backtrack for you guys real quickly, because some of you guys may not actually know what Ra is, and we might lose some of you guys. So real quickly, just to let you guys know what Ra is. Ra is a divine principle within inside of Kemetic philosophy. Inside of Kemetic philosophy, we have something called Netcha. It will be equivalent to what most people call God or deity, in the sense it is something that is sacred or divine to us. But it doesn't literally mean or have the same conceptualization of a Christian God or an Islamic God or a Judaic God. Okay, I think it's a little bit more different than that. So we have a divine principle, which is, if any of you guys study things such as philosophy and know about metaphysics, okay, and then you get to, you trace things back and back and back, and you go beyond the physical realm. Okay, and you start moving inside of the intelligible realms where these things actually occupy, space and time. Only within inside of the intellect will you be able to really perceive what it is. It's not yet something on the physical realm. So Ra is an intellect. It's a concept, to be honest with you. It's a concept that's only perceptible inside of the intelligible realms. Okay. Then we usually, in Kemetic philosophy and the rest of African philosophy, full stop, we create myths, okay? Myths, i.e. mythoses or stories or mythologies, okay, to accompany this divine principle. We create real fanciful stories, and nobody is skewed in their minds to not know that these are stories that we have constructed to tell a deeper truth. Okay, we create symbols, we create artwork, we create icons, we create so many different things, okay, to inculcate a particular idea to our our initiates, our audience, our how can I put it, people that come in to learn. It's like a school system itself. So we create these mythologies for people to get a basic understanding and to keep on growing with inside of this mythology, that every so often a layer and a layer and a layer will be peeled off until you can really grasp the vision itself of what we're trying to teach. Then second to that, or third to that, should I say, we have something which is a manifestation. This divine principle is manifested within inside of the sensible realm. Okay, the sensible realm is that which you can perceive perceive, not by your intellectual faculties, but by your sensible faculties, or by your senses, i.e. eyes, ears, nose, taste, touch, and so forth. So in the sensible realm, Ra's counterpart or Ra's manifestation is the sun. Okay, literally the sun is Ra's manifestation on the sensible realm in terms of the celestial. Okay, so most of our principles, it usually manifests, number one, in the intelligible realm. They then manifest again in the sensible realm inside of the celestial planes. And then third of all, it manifests inside of the terrestrial realm, i.e. down here on earth. And this particular one actually manifests within inside of us. Okay, inside of human beings. Inside of human beings, Ra is us as human beings, okay? Our ability to be conscious and to be able to rationalize. That is the principle of Ra inside of human beings. Our consciousness, some people call it soul, or it's our consciousness, our ability to be aware of things, to make decisions and so forth. This is the principle of Ra inside of the human itself. So anytime that you're hearing the term Ra being utilized, realize it's being utilized on like a multi-dimensional level. Okay, I've just literally mentioned 4 things to you. The first thing is it's to do with a divine principle. Then it's to do with a mythology. Then it's to do with a manifestation inside of the celestial realm. Then it's a manifestation, number 4, inside of the human being, i.e. their consciousness. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're grounded and understanding exactly what Ra means, or most of these divine principles means within inside of Kemetic philosophy. Gabs, did you wanted to say anything that I may have missed out?
No, man, you're doing good. You're doing good, man. I'm just waiting in the wings. I'm waiting for my time, B. I'm just waiting in the wings, just letting you get through this stuff, and then we're gonna chime in. But nah, you're doing good, man.
All right. So let's keep on pushing forward. Then let's push on forward. So now we understand what that is. Let's actually get back into the text and see what it's discussing. Okay. So in Kemetic philosophy, okay, Ra says the 4 good deeds that he did, okay, was making the 4 winds. Okay, making the 4 winds, meaning that no matter where you are, every human being has the ability or has life. Basically, winds is to do with the breath, the air. Basically Ra, the concept. Let's say our divine principle, our creator, our God archetype, like character, gave human beings, regardless of who they are, the ability to have life. Okay, every man has the ability to have life, has the ability to breathe. Okay, so Ra gave that to human beings, regardless of who they are and what they are. Okay, the second thing is I made the great inundation. Okay, I made the inundation. This sometimes is translated or understood in various different ways, but the great inundation here is actually talking about the flood waters of the heavens and the flood waters of the earth. Okay, in ancient Egypt, the great inundation used to take place during the third season. Okay, where the waters would literally flood over on the banks, and then the fruits and all the pastures and everything else will start to grow and so forth. Then there's another inundation, which is from not the skies itself, that'll be raining down water. Basically, it's like literally a mercy to everybody, no matter if you're a poor person or you're a rich person. Everybody gets the benefit from the rain, from the water itself, that can actually nourish you, can nourish your plants, can nourish your herds and so forth. All right, so this is one of the things that Ra done or created for humankind. Then a third thing here, it says here, I made every man like his fellow. Okay, this here is letting you know that everybody within inside of Kemetic philosophy is equal. Okay, I made every man like his fellow. The term actually used there is the word senuf. Senu is the root of senu, literally is sen, which is to be a second. Okay, literally somebody's second. All right, and it also has the connotation of brother and sister and relatives as well. So everybody, in terms of every man, is literally brothers and sisters or family members. They're all equal with one another. Okay, they're all equal with one another. So when people try to bring this whole supremacist ideology, just know that from a Kemetic understanding, we don't actually have that. We actually don't have any superiority and inferiority stuff going on. According to our teachings, every man was created like his fellow man, equal. And I did not command that they do wrong. Okay, Ra always commanded us for us to do ma'at, never isfet. Okay, ma'at, never isfet. It says here, it is their hearts that disobey. Okay, really and truly says here, it is their hearts that violate what I have said. This is one of the deeds. So it's only humans in their own hearts that actually have gone against the understanding that every human being is equal with each other. Okay, it is only in their hearts, yeah, that they go against the command to do good rather than doing wrong. Yeah, It's only in their hearts that they do these things. God itself or our divine principle never ever taught these things. Every man was created equal to one another. So when people want to bring this concept over us to Kemetic philosophy, we have to say bishware, bishware.
Bro.
That's really what it is. Is
Kalam.
bishware. Go ahead.
Sorry, Kalam. See that point right there? You really need to hit that point home, you know, because remember, this is the whole. If everybody, this is what I said. Everybody that's tuned in or watched or who was at Speaker's Corner knows exactly. This was one of the biggest points that Adnan Rashid was trying to get the brother Kalam to speak on, and was trying to get an answer out of him. And for some reason, keeps pushing this narrative that we're some black supremacists and we're some racists. Yeah. That somehow the Kemetic philosophy teaches racism and black supremacy. So this point here is not even a point that needs to be just said lightly. You need to let the people know, yeah, and let Adnan Rashid know, because I know sometime at some point he's gonna watch this video. He needs to see this, because in the text, it's not coming from word of mouth, not Chinese whispers. He said this said and this said. No. Look into the text. This is the Kemetic text that's telling you straight in your face. You can see it's highlighted right there. I made every man like his fellow, and I did not command that they do wrong. Yeah? Every man was created equally. So you didn't see, oh, I created the Kemetics, yeah, to be above the rest. It doesn't say that. So people in the chat room, especially these the trolls, the Muslims as well, that they love backing Adnan Rashid and all these people like that, like cheerleaders. They need to start getting this into their brain, because I don't know why their minds are clouded. Start getting it into your brain. Anyone that's got this mindset that the Kemetics are racist or black supremacists, from today, you need to eradicate it from your minds. From today, eradicate it from your minds. From today. Do you see what I'm saying? Go on, brother, sir.
Preach, my brother. Preach that one. For real. For real. And you know what he likes to do? He likes to make fun. He likes to make fun. He says, Kalam says, peace family. Oh, family. You're damn right. I utilize the word family. You know why I utilize the word family? Because that's what my philosophy and my ethical system teaches me. It teaches me, that every single person, is brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, or whatever the case is, to one another. Okay, that is basic African ethics and courtesy. There's no way I can go to Gabs's house, and see his mom and not call her my mom, or go to somebody else's house that I might not even be that close with, and not call them my auntie or my uncle. You dig what I'm saying? Our philosophy teaches us here that we're family. You dig what I'm saying? The way that I look at Hatun, you see the way I was sticking up for Hatun today. You might not have seen the video, some of you guys, but I see Hatun, as one of my mothers, one of my aunties, to be honest with you. Regardless of what color, what complexion, what ethnicity you are, we afford you that same respect. It's only you guys, that have a sick, twisted mentality. Look at that. Let me show you wisdom yet again. Look at the Egyptian. I always, and more times or not, I always refer to him, the Egyptian uncle Omar. No matter how much he offends me and disrespects me, I say the Egyptian uncle Omar. This is how our system is built upon, We, our elders, we show respect to our fellow humans, bruv. We don't have that mad mentality where we're superior to another individual, or we look at other individuals as inferior to us. That's something that you will never hear come out of our mouth. And I'll put my stamp and seal on that. You've never heard that come out of my mouth. Straight up and down. Never heard that come out of my mouth. But yet certain people would love to mark and tar another human being with that. And they want to talk about, we've done more for black people than you've ever done. What the hell of a actual, I don't even know, bro. What type of conversation starter is that? What type of conversation starter is that to now compare another black man, what you've done for black people? What type of conversation is that? Again, I always teach this, we have an ethic system, where we give with our right hand, and we don't let our left hand know. You want to brag and boast, of what you've done for African people. To be honest with you, I don't think you're doing anything for African people. You're doing stuff to raise your profile. That's what you're doing. You want to be seen as though you're doing something for African people. The brother Issa made a very good point. Very good point in one of the videos, He was talking about, tell him, Adnan, tell him about the African greatness. Tell him about their spear chuckers and their bone and so forth and so forth. Because I fear that the only thing that you know of Africa is Africa in its state of need. And you believe that you are the great hope for Africa. And when Africans want to stand up and do for self and kind, you want to belittle them. You want to berate them. Nah, sir. Not on my watch, B. Not on my watch. You can never do that on my watch, to be honest with you. Like, we're here now. We're here now. You're here now. You may be doing it with your other black Muslims. You may be doing it with your other black Muslims and making them be fooled because you're doing trips to Africa and so forth. And then you wanting to get into other people's bank accounts like that. Listen, I want to know where you're getting your funding from. Tell me where you're getting your funding from. Because someone like Gabs and myself, we do not get funded from nobody. We don't get funded by nobody. The amount of money that our community gives to us is open for people to see. You dig what I'm saying? If we got GoFundMe, you can see how much money we're getting from our community. And it's nothing compared to what you're getting from your Wahhabi petrol funded Saudi Arabia Islam Dawah projects that you lot be on. We're not like IRA that's getting mad amount of being funded.
Fact.
We don't have that opportunity right there.
Facts.
You want to be jumping into other people's pockets, bruv. Like, you're lucky that we're just keeping quiet. I hope you guys know, we have cases on you guys. I'm just putting it out there. Just want people to know we've got cases and we could tell you where your money is coming from. And we can tell you when you've been stopped by police and then when it's there, for certain things and for certain laundering and so forth.
Facts.
We can do all those things there. We could play the nasty game.
Facts.
But what's the point? You know what I mean? It's there. We can do all of that. But we're not going to do all of that. You know why? Because we're better than that. We can care less. I don't even care, bruv. Do you know why? Because we look up to you in the sense that you're doing something positive for your community. Stick to doing something positive for your community, bruv. It's better you do that. Don't come over onto our community, bruv, and think that you could be the savior and the hope for our community. Hell no. You ain't the savior and the hope for our community. Everybody can see what you're trying to do. Everybody can see that you're trying to dominate, us as black people talking. From the time you're trying to dominate us as black people talking, what more are you doing with your actions? That's the question I got to know. What more are you doing with your actions? But anyways, let me continue. I don't even know why I'm sidetracking over into that for. So again, for us, every man is created like his fellow. Every man is created like he's equal, is created equally with each other. That's our philosophy. Our philosophy, the word there, fellow, is literally family. We're all one big family. Some family members, though, are younger than each other, though. I'm not going to even lie to you on that. Like, certain family members don't need to be educated and schooled because based upon their morals, we can clearly see that they're immature and they need to be educated properly. They need to be schooled properly. All right. It says here, I made that their hearts are not disposed to forget the West. Okay. A lot of the times, again, we're utilizing a lot of metaphors right here. The West literally is the West. Some people might call it Maghrib. Okay. Literally is the land of darkness. Okay. East usually symbolizes the rising sun, and the West usually symbolizes the setting sun. So the setting sun is all to do with your life coming to an end. Okay. Over in Kemet as well, there is the east bank of the Nile and the west bank of the Nile. A lot of times, the west bank of the Nile, not even a lot of times, just the west bank of the Nile is where the bodies of the ancestors were buried. Okay. They were buried there in the necropolises and so forth. Those that area there, we don't forget it. From the day we're born, yeah, to our travels towards the West, we all know that there's going to be a time that we're all going to pass away. We're all going to pass away. We're all going to pass away. And it says here, so if we keep in mind that we're all going to pass away, that's why the most fundamental thing for us here in Kemet system, you usually see the judgment scene. You usually see the judgment scene where the heart is being weighed upon the scales with the feather, you know, to see if we are truly ma'akhiru, true of voice, see if we're vindicated and so forth. That's one of our key principles. We never forget that. You dig what I'm saying? This is one of the things that keeps us on the straight and the narrow path, because we know we're always future thinking. We know what type of legacy we want to leave behind. Leave behind. We ain't trying to leave behind no tarred and marred legacy. So we make sure that we keep upright, we keep rectitude at all times, and the world can see it. And it says here, in order that sacred offerings be made to the gods of the gnomes. This is one of the deeds. Okay, so for us, we know after if we are ma'akhiru and we become an akhu, we now become divinized. What I mean by divinized, it means that we will never be forgotten. Our works will never be forgotten. You know, we have certain akhus now. We have Martin Luther King. We have Malcolm X. They will never be forgotten. We got Khalid Muhammad, never be forgotten. We got Noble Drew Ali, never be forgotten. We got Bob Marley, never be forgotten. Who else we got? We got Haile Selassie, never be forgotten. You dig what I'm saying? We got Clarence 13X, never be forgotten. Come on, we got Equiano, never be forgotten. We got Shaka Zulu, never be forgotten. We got Kwame Nkrumah, never be forgotten. We never be forgotten. These are our ancestors that we divinize. We hold them to the highest level. We make sure that every single year we pour libations for them. We cite their names. We cite their biographies. We make sure that their spirit lives in our children. You dig what I'm saying? They're forever with us. They ain't never gonna die. Fela Kuti. Sorry, I don't even know why I forgot your name. Fela Kuti. Never be forgotten. Come on. All right. What are you saying, Gabs? Talk to me.
Yo, bro. Yeah, man. Trust me. Never forgetting ancestors. Big. Trust me. Boy. Let me know when you're ready for me, bro. Let me know when you're ready for me, because I'm ready, bro. I'm due to go in, bro. So let me know.
Jeez.
You got your, you know.
I know about what's the great harakati. And you know what? Yeah, that was a simple breakdown of this, like the four goods that Ra created and so forth. Yeah. Now, of course, reading Kemetic text is deeper. Like the four goods goes real deeper. Should I just jump on it real quickly? I'll jump on it real quickly, yeah. And just for you guys to know, like the depths that it really goes. So right here, when he's talking about the four goods that Ra created in the poles of the light land or in the eastern horizon and so forth, yeah, it's so deep because it's so layered in symbolisms, yeah. It's just absolutely amazing, yeah, of the symbolisms that's there. Okay? Anytime we think about the number 4, okay, we always have what? With 4, you have what? You have 4 directions, right? You have north, east, south, and west. What else you have? You have the 4 elements. You have the 4 cardinal virtues. Yeah, you have so many different things that's relating to number 4. Yeah, that's all embedded within inside of the text. Okay, and it's also beautiful about Kemetic philosophy. Yeah, when you read these things, it's not just simply a reading like most literature. You need to literally meditate. We spoke about this earlier on. One of our last shows to do with the Hermetica, where you literally need to meditate, okay, and grasp the vision that is you right now. Okay, right here, it literally broke down the 4 elements here, and most of you wouldn't even be aware of it. Right here, you got the winds, you got air, you got inundation, i.e. water. You got here manna, which is fire. Okay, and over here, You have what? The West, which is talking about the earth. Most people wouldn't even spot those things there. We got the four elements that's right there that's being taught. We've got the four directions that's being taught, i.e., the winds are rising in the east. You have the water and so forth. Now north, the fire, the south. You also have the earth in the west and so forth. It has so much symbolism in this year that literally, if we took some time down to really break down what is actually going on here, yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Yeah, it's absolutely mad, to the fact that it's actually describing who Ra is, his characteristics, yeah, and the characteristics that you share in being Ra. What do I mean by that? You have the first principle here, which is Ankh, okay, breath right here, yeah, which is, if you know about our Kemetic hieroglyphs, that there is literally the symbol for the Ankh. The Ankh. Ankh means life or eternal life, right there, yeah, eternal life. Then you have things right here where it says benefit. The word that's been utilized there, yeah, is sechem. Okay, sechem, which literally means power. Power. Okay, power. All right. These are the qualities that God has, ever living. Yeah. These are some very key things here that's letting you know that these are the attributes or the essential nature of God, the essential nature of human beings as well. There's another thing over here, which is the command. All right. But most people, you know that the word for command right there, yeah, is waj or waja. Okay. And you know that, again, that's like the wajet, or is the waja, should I say. Okay. And these things here are so deep, so deep, yeah, that I won't even do any justice in speaking about it right now. Yeah. I won't even do no justice in speaking about it. That you have consciousness to be able to decree things in your life. You've got the power to will things into your life. You have the power to be successful, to be prosperous in your life, because you are the child of the sun. Like, it's so deep, bruv, on many different levels. Yeah. People don't even know. People don't even know. And again, it's got here, like the term, the opposite here of the word forget is to remember. It's the remembrance. That right there is letting you know that the act of remembering, yeah, will allow you to become like the nature itself. So you become a nature. These are the four principles, meaning that you be divine, or you are divine, because you are ever living. As human beings, or the soul of Ra, we are ever living. As Kemetics, that's one of our main goals, is to never die. You see what I'm saying? We don't ever want to die. Our bodies our souls might depart from our bodies, but our body is still here. We mummify our body. So it's to say we're living on forever. You're going to find my body. You find my DNA. You're going to know who I am. I'm still here. 5,000 years deep, I'm still here. You dig what I'm saying? We live forever. That's the whole purpose of being a Kemetic, or jumping into Kemetic philosophy. That is the end goal, is to have eternal life. Our names will live on forever. Come like Sarah. Man ain't been in the park for almost a year. Man's name is just there in everybody's hearts, in everybody's mind, on everybody's tongue. Whether you love him or you hate him, he's left his mark on you. He's there. His shadow is just there. You can see his image in your mind, bruv. The only way he's there, him just going Ray Harakati on people's Ross. Ever.
Yeah, buddy.
Trust me on that. You know the way is there. Then we have the principles of Sechem, power. Do you know the way it's fam? What we do, bro, we make sure, yeah, whatever we do, yeah, we enter actions in boldness. That's them laws of power, 28th law of power, indeed. Entering actions in boldness. Why? Because we're powerful beings. There ain't nothing that we can set our minds to do, yeah, that we cannot do. They ain't even know, bruv, to be honest with you, I'm sure that there's no such word as can't in the Kemetic dictionary, bruv. Them ways there is either we do or we do. That's it. We don't know about failure. Failure to us, yes, tenem or isfet. It's to miss the mark. We don't miss the mark, bro. We don't miss the mark.
Failure, I think failure is even worse than death, man.
Huh?
Failure is even worse than death, fam.
Bro, failure is worse than death, bro. Trust me. We ain't trying to do them things there. We make sure we do and do and do and do until we get it right. Them ways. You get me? Then it's talking right here, our consciousness, our command, our ability to rationalize, our ability to decree things and make things happen simply by our words that we speak. I don't think you lot realize how powerful that we are and how powerful our God is. You know, one of my teachers showed me this, taught me this, show me a weak man, yeah, and I will show you a weak God. Show me a weak man and I will show you a weak God. Show me a strong man and I guarantee you he's got a strong God. Why? Because it's our minds. That is our God right there. To be honest with you, I'll be real with you. That's why we work hard to cultivate our mind, to cultivate our soul. Because we're in touch. Certain men want to imitate human beings. We don't imitate human beings. We imitate the gods. We don't want to be like human beings, I'm just putting it out there. From Kemetic philosophy, we don't try to be like human beings. We have titles like this, Mary Amun, beloved of the God. You know them ways there. Mi Ra. You know what that means? To be like Ra. When you go and read right down here, it tells you what? But as for any person who knows this spell or knows this formula or knows these words that's written up here, he will be like who? He will be like Ra. He will be like God himself.
Ray, yeah.
You see that way is there. He will be like Ra in the eastern sky, like Osiris in the netherworld. He will go down to the circle of fire without the flames touching him ever. You know that way is there. We could pass through fire, nothing can't touch us. You know that way is there. We're the ones that come down to the bowels of hell itself, down to the fire itself, and that can't touch us. You dig what I'm saying? That's who we are. You know the way is there. When we talk here, it says here, we shine. I shall shine and be every day as the dignitary of the all Lord or the Lord of all, having satisfactory to the weary hearted. I shall sail rightly in my bark. I am Lord of eternity in the crossing of the sky. I am not afraid in my limbs. You know the way is there. Man, say afraid of who? Afraid where? Afraid where? Touch me, live where, brother? Touch me, live where? For who and Hikah overthrow for me that evil being. What does that mean there? Who means our voice, our ability to be authoritative. Our simple words can overthrow demons and foes, Rubai. Our Hekah, i.e. our ability to move the spirits in the physical realm, yeah, can overthrow our foes. Trust me on that. I don't think that, no man can ever shook one of us, Rubai. Simple things there, we would man them Rubai and say 1 2 2 2s, Rubai, and everything just changes up. Man, them don't understand, bruv, the power that Kemet hold, we just go lightly on you. Do you know why we go lightly on you? Our teachings teach us to go easy on those who are jahil, those who are ignorant, those who are without knowledge, bruv, those who do not know self. We go easy on you, lot. You know the way is there, like Jesus taught, bruv. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do. That's what we do, children, because that's exactly what you are, children, bruv. But you, man, you don't want to do some next type of madness, bruv. And we just have to laugh at you. We laugh at you. I'm just saying we have to laugh at you, bruv, because them man, you know them ways there, bruv, when you take away a child's toy, bruv, throw tantrums, bruv, and they want to be hitting like, fighting. They want to be, throwing blows, bruv. We're just like, come on now. Come on, child. Stop. Come on. You get me? This is jeering right here, bruv. This is jeering right here, bruv. Now, bun that, bruv. This is Wheeze right here. I was going to say this is Lord Beerus right here. And you men are moving like you're Krillin, bruv. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. But go on, Gabs. Let's get it in.
That's a Krillin. Nah, man, trust me. Nah, this is big, man. This is powerful. And this is the whole point why I said we had to do this show tonight. Because after Sunday, it was just on my mind. We have to show what's going on. Because there's two different mindsets that we're dealing with here. And today we're gonna deal with the mindsets. Do you know what I mean? Because we got to deal with the mindset of Adnan Rashid and those that follow the mindset of Adnan Rashid. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, you're dealing with a person that said on video, yeah, he doesn't want. What did he say? What did he say again? I don't want to deal or throw away that Kemet BS. What did he say again? What was his words correctly when he said that Kemet BS? He said, I don't care about that Kemet BS. And this is why.
Yeah.
And this is why, yeah, people like Adnan Rashid and those that follow the mindset, the same mindset as Adnan Rashid, are never going to understand. Well, not never. I won't never say never, but they're never going to get to understand the true meanings and the truth behind the Kemet philosophy. Because from the moment you're already saying you don't want to get involved in that Kemet BS, by saying that you're already defaulting and throwing yourself away from understanding nature. Because in Kemet, well, like the brother Kalam just showed, we're dealing with nature, we're dealing with science. So in hindsight, you're really saying you don't deal with science. It's BS. Throw it away.
You don't do with what you're saying is I don't with reality. Give
Yes,
me that fantasy.
basically. Yeah.
Give me fantasy. Straight.
Yeah. Straight. That's what you're basically saying. And we're going to deal with it. And we're going to show why, you know, the mindset of Adnan Rashid couldn't understand or couldn't comprehend nature being a teacher. We're going to show why. Because you know why? Do you know why someone like Adnan couldn't comprehend being taught by nature? Do you know why? Because in the text that his ideology that he's a part of, remember, God or or Allah is not in nature. He's outside of nature. Do you know what I mean? In this is in Adnan Rashid's ideology, in his mind. I can't vouch for any other Muslim. I'm talking about whatever ideology Adnan Rashid is following and what other people follow, any other people that follow Adnan Rashid's mindset. Yeah, they don't see God in nature. Yeah, and this poses a problem because the moment you don't see God in nature, you can come out and say these weird claims like, yes, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get involved in this Kemet BS, or yeah, Kemet is BS. You can say crazy things like this. Do you know what I mean? You can say crazy things like, yeah, nature doesn't teach. Of course you can. Someone that doesn't see God in nature can say crazy things like this. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't have no, what's the word? They don't have no respect or honor to nature. Even though in your scriptures it was there, God, the creator created it before you. You was the last thing to be planted in this nature. Nature wasn't created. The nature wasn't you wasn't created first and then nature came after you. No. This our surroundings and our habitat was created before us for us to dwell in it, to learn from it. It's all in the stage. You know, you have the creator. Yeah? Then he creates his nature. How else are you going to understand the nature of the creator? How else? How else is the creator going to be able to show you what he is and express himself? How else? If he doesn't create nature, how else are you going to understand your creator? Explain to me. Anybody in the chat room, can you answer me this question? Take away nature right now. Take away nature right now and explain God to me, please. I want to throw that challenge out. Take away nature. Don't use anything in nature and explain your God to me. Explain it to me.
That's an impossibility, but let's see what they got to say. And your family, there's over 130 people tuned in right now, and we've got 60 likes. Family, you must not be respecting the thing that we're doing right now. Yeah, show us the love. I know we still got haters in here, okay? I know we got them, but show us the love, yeah? And hit up the like button, okay? And share this with your family and friends and let them know that we're going in right now. Titans TV, baby. Oh, man. Let's get it. All right. Who we got here? Let me just make sure I'm these comments real quick. The Beast on the Street says Titans TV through a prophet. Okay. Tell Adnan. Abu Idris Vernon says, tell Adnan to read Surah Nahl. Okay. Let me see if I can make sure that I get the rest of your comments out there. Again, please tag Titans TV. Man, like Asaim Kah, you already know if you want to get it in, brother, inbox me, okay? If any of you guys want to get it in right now, inbox me. You already got my details at the bottom. If you want to message me via your emails, do that. If you want to get involved with the chat right now, just drop your email link, yeah, right now off the chat, all right? And I'll get you up here. And if you want to talk to us directly so we can see it, tag Titans TV so we can see. All right. Gabs, were you able to see anything that they were dropping there?
Yeah, I can see some. they're just flying by because they're going by so quickly, you know. But I'm gonna continue. Hopefully, you can store some. You can store some. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue, man, because we need to deal with this today, man. And enough's enough, man. Because we need to deal with these mindsets. And because I want to open up the mindset of the people, and especially the ones that are still following the mindset of Adnan Rashid. Those who are still following that same mindset of Adnan Rashid, you need to wake up. You need to inject your brain with the medicine. Don't be afraid of nature. You see what I'm saying? Nature don't discriminate. Yeah? Nature don't care if you're skinny, tall, long, thin, purple, black, yellow. It don't care. Yeah? Don't cut nature out. You know what I mean? Because that's a major part of existence. Because if you get away the sun and you take away nature, there's no Allah, there's no Yahweh, there's nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? If you get away the sun, because that's the domino, that's how it goes in order. If you get away if you take away nature, if nature's destroyed, there's no understanding your gods. Period. There's no understanding because you're dead. There's not. How are you going to understand? Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to make people understand. Yeah. All this talk about people, trying to get us about, oh, what's this about nature? How can nature teach? God is not in nature. How can you say God's in nature? He's outside. Listen, get that mindset out. I'm trying to clear this up now. Stop talking. Stop talking to me about this God outside nature, please. I ain't got time for that. Because you're telling me God's outside nature, but you're using things in nature to explain your God. Come on, are you listening? Are you actually listening to yourselves? It doesn't make no sense. You're using beings and things in nature, yeah, to explain your God, but yet God's not in nature. Huh? Make sense of yourself. Even if we go to the scriptures, into the biblical text, in nature was the wisdom of God. People are probably going to think, what's Gav's talking about? Well, from a Christian point of view, if you go to Genesis, there was a tree that was planted. Well, two trees, the tree of eternal life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But whose knowledge was it? Because if you go to Genesis 3, it was the knowledge of God. Because when Adam and Eve had eaten from that tree, what did God say? This is for my Christians that know the scripture. What did God say? Man has become like one of who? Kalam, help me out. Man has become like one of who?
Like one of us, gods.
All right. So the knowledge of God was in what? In nature. It was in the tree. You see what I'm saying? Even in your scriptures, it's showing you it's there. Everything that was happening in Genesis was happening in nature. Do you see what I'm saying? And that was that whole tree of eating of the fruit of God, of good and evil, and understanding and becoming like God, was the separation from you being a human and from you being an animal. Hence why they had to have the serpent to represent the animal state. Because animals, they don't move. Remember, they don't have the same will that we have. They're just simple. They don't understand. But human beings now, because we have now got that knowledge of God, yeah, through nature, we can comprehend different things. We can rationalize different things. Do you see what I'm saying? We understand this thing's evil. This is not evil. This is good. This is bad. Oh, let's go over here. Actually, I don't want to have this today because maybe something might happen. We can have this rational thinking now because we gain this from nature, whereas animals can't. Do you see what I'm saying? So like I said again, yeah, if anybody can show me or explain their God to me without nature, I'm telling you, I think I would drop you £1 million. I would drop you £1 million. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the mindsets we're dealing with. This is why no one's going to understand the Kemetic philosophy. But this is how you know someone like Adnan Rashid is disingenuous. Because if you didn't understand the Kemetic philosophy, and if you don't know about nature, why, instead of coming on camera and speaking and saying all this rash stuff, why not just take the time to go and study? Go and study some science. Go and pick up a book and read some Kemetic philosophy before you start throwing out wild claims and wild comments. And I say that to anybody, like I said, anybody that's following Adnan Rashid's mentality, yeah, go and study, go and learn. Yes? Go and learn. Your ancestors was learning. You wouldn't be here if your ancestors didn't understand their environment and didn't learn from nature. You would not be here today talking. You would not be here today. If you're when you're sick and you're going to the doctors, if your ancestors didn't learn about medicine from nature, you would not be alive. If they didn't understand which plant heals you and which plant was bad, which water was, you would not be here. That's regardless of your book. You would not be here. You wouldn't survive. So please go and study. If you don't study, go and read a book. Go and read science. Start from the basics. Go and read some science books. Go and look at biology, all these different things, nature, all these things. Go and look it up, and then pick up a Kemetic philosophy book and start reading it. Then you can see what we're talking about. Then you can see why we say these things and why we look at you. When you say God's outside of nature and outside time and space, we're looking at you thinking, what are these people talking about? Are these people all right? How? How can they talk of how can they speak for this God who's not in their time and space? How? But when we look throughout the text, God's using things in nature to express himself. But yet he's outside time and space. Come on. Do you know what I mean? So from now onwards, please go and read a book, go and study. Yeah? Go and study. That's the main thing. Oh, Kalam, go on, brother, man. Trust me.
I think they need to do more than studying. Take some time out. I always say this. Take some time out. Leave the world alone for 1 hot second. I think you don't even need to study. Don't study at all. That's where your problem is going. That's where you're going wrong. That's where you're going wrong. You're studying some nonsense. So put down whatever those books you've been reading. Take some time out. Sit down in a park, surrounded by nature. Listen to the air. Listen to the wind blow. Touching your skin. Caressing your skin. Kissing your skin. Just listen. Listen to what the birds have to say. You know, when he's there, take off your socks for a hot second. Feel what the ground and the grass has to say to you. Get in touch with nature, baby. Get in touch with nature. That's the problem, you know. We're living in such an artificial world, yeah. Like we've now developed an artificial brain that don't understand the natural things that we are surrounded by. You dig what I'm saying? Most of us are too happy to put on the TV, too happy to put on the YouTube, too happy to play the Xbox and the PSs, yeah, that we're completely detached from nature itself. Completely detached. Spend some time, man. Spend some time with nature for a hot second. Then come back into the world. Come back into the world. And then pick up some African philosophy books and get in touch. Get in touch. And you know what? I'll even say this. If you're Asian, pick up some Asian philosophy books. Pick up some Asian philosophy books. If you're Asian, pick up some Asian philosophy books and see what your ancestors were saying before these religions and these colonial forces, yeah, came over into your part of the world and started, you know, how can I put it? Brainwashing your people into some next mad way of thinking. Some next mad way of thinking. Get rid of that for a hot second. Get rid of it and just see what your people were on. Because personally, I'm going to say this is as my belief now. I think personally, everybody in humanity, yeah, were united on the nature. I think every single system that was set up back in ancient times understood nature. They really did. But somehow, I don't even know at what time frame that came in, everything just flipped upside down. And people started to talk about things that are existing outside of nature. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? How do you understand things outside of nature whilst you're in nature? My goodness. But they're going to say that we're the crazy ones, you know. I guarantee you they'll say that we're the crazy ones for saying this type of talks. But anyways, you know, we've got a full panel. No, we ain't got a full panel. Let me not exaggerate, okay? But we've got a healthy panel right now of individuals. I believe we've got Buddha Bing in the building. We've got Joe in the building. We've got Mirza in the building. Of course, we've got my saber in the building, Asa, Imhotep. But let me get my brother Buddha Bing in the building, actually say some words.
Yo, what's going on, gentlemen? Good evening.
All's well, man. All's well, man. Talk to us, King. Talk to us.
Okay, so I would like to more or less echo what you and Mr. Gabs have been saying all night, really. Okay, so in my perspective, in my understanding, in my beliefs, there is no greater church, greater mosque, greater temple, greater synagogue, greater anything than nature. If you truly want to be close to God, whichever your God is, you need to be in nature. As you pointed out, by taking off and going into a park and just exploring nature and understanding nature, you become closer to God. Take off your shoes, put your feet directly on the grass, and absorb that nature. That's where the Orientals, the Chinese talk about chi. You get chi energy through meditating, through doing Tai Chi. Do you understand? That is the world, the universe's way of giving you that immortal energy. You understand? Yeah. So anyone who says that nature has nothing to do with God is truly insane, in my humblest of opinions. If they say God is outside of nature, that is a statement that does not make any sense whatsoever. Without nature, there is no. You can't prove God without nature, because if there's no nature, how do you prove God? Do you get what I'm saying? And moreover, when it comes to law, the first law before any religion ever existed, the first law was nature. We are born, we die. This is the first law. This in Tibetan Buddhism they call it the way of things. This is the way of things. We don't need a book or a religion to tell us that when we have a child, we need to take care of that child. Even animals have that innate knowledge that when a dog has puppies, it needs to feed the puppies. Yeah, this you don't need a religion to teach you these things because it is nature. So when somebody says you don't learn from nature, what do you learn from? What did our ancestors learn from? When our ancestors were in the desert in the Sahara and they watched a pack of lions go hunt a buffalo, you don't think that the guy turned to his brethren and say, "Listen, you know what? Maybe we can go and take out maybe something a bit smaller, but if all of we work together, me one can't do it, but if all of we work together, maybe we can go and do that." It's a learned behaviors. We even in psychology today, we are shaped by our surroundings. We our environment shape our psyche. So imagine if you're in an environment in a jungle or wherever you are, that environment's going to teach you something. You understand? It's blatantly evident. Let me hand the mic to somebody else.
Jeez, I was literally leaning back and just enjoying that right there. That was music to my ears. All right. If anybody else on the panel would like to say anything, just let me know. Either unmute your mic